What's going on, man? What's going on? Old man was out there by himself today, boy. And got home about 3:30. No, 4:30. Got home 4:30, man. I was beat. So I went to sleep 8 o'clock. Look, I've been messing with that on it, man. I told you I had put those support brackets out there. And they needed it. It needed it. She's sweet now though. You know what, man? When you messing with these people real estate, man, you can't go in there half stepping. You cannot go in there half stepping and just putting anything up looking any kind of way, you know. Well, I had a young lady tell me one time, she was recommending me to somebody, and she said, Bert is slow, but he's sure. Because if I'm not satisfied, it don't have nothing to do with the client. If I'm not satisfied, and I have done it so many times in my life, especially working my regular 9 to 5. I'm gonna take it or lose. That got to come down, and that's the bottom line with me. A lot of times, my number one, number two, my number two more so than my number one though. Cause man, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I charge good money, for what I do. And so, if I'm out there messing with your stuff, man, I'm gonna try to give you the best I got, you know. And I've even had clients come through there and say, well, that's all right. But a lot of times it's not all right with me. Because when another contractor looking at it, them guys will beat you over the head, man. I don't do it. With other contractors, look, who did that? He should have did this and he should have did that. But I don't do it. When they say, well, the last contractor did this, I don't, go back and forth with the client and say, well, he shouldn't have done that. And I don't do that because he do the same thing that I do, and I don't want nobody doing it to me. You understand what I'm saying? But it happens, man. But I'm pretty satisfied with the way that thing turned out today. Um, it was getting late last night, and what my number two was doing, you know, uh, that's his way of doing it, or that about as much as he know about doing it. So yeah, I went back in there. I went back in there this morning, man, and I, I gave him the best I got. Look good too. Look good too. Her husband sat out there with me, just keeping me company all day, man. He should have. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But a lot of times, when you're doing things like that, some of the clients do and some of them don't. Like this gentleman's wife, for instance. She came out there one time when I first got started. She said, "Oh, that look good." But one thing you can be sure of, when you leave, when you leave, because she's paying. Oh man, yeah. She's critiquing that bad boy, man, and I don't blame her. You understand what I'm saying? I don't blame her, but she's critiquing it. You know how I know she's critiquing it? You guys say, hey, man, on top of that house, some stuff coming loose. My wife wants you to get that. She gonna pay you. That's when that she's satisfied with your work because that job up on top of that roof that ain't cheap. And she knowing that somebody worked on it, and whatever they did, I looked at it from the ground. Whatever they did, I couldn't even figure it out. I said, what is that? What they do? But I'm not gonna say that to them. But when I get through with designing, and the mud work, I'll climb up there and take a peep at it. Matter of fact, I might take a peep at it tomorrow. But yeah, man, when you go in there, man, you gotta give them the best you got. And I show it to you because that's a video I made previously. I'm running late because I've been busy, man. I'm not one of those YouTubers. I'm not one of those YouTubers because what I do, I make more money than I'm trying to make on here. But it's about it's 1:48. I ain't tired now. But when I came in this house earlier, but I lost my thought. But yeah, man, I put some pictures out. I put some pictures out there. She looked good, man. You know. Now, I'm satisfied with that. I'm particular, man. I'm particular. I critique myself. I don't mind turning it loose and putting it back together if it's gonna be on 100. You know what I'm saying? One of my childhood friends told his mama, "I'm trying to give you an idea of how I critique myself and how it got to be right." He said, "My mom, she passed now. She was about 92, 91, 92 years old, man. My mom, Bert take his work serious. He's very particular about his work." She said, "I know. I could tell by the way he dressed." That's a hell of a compliment. She took away, our flaws and automatically knew that, when I fabricate something, it's gonna be on point. Yeah, I'm a clothes horse. I'm not ashamed to say it. I told my son, I took long ago, I said, "Man, all these clothes back here." He said, "Pop, that's what you do. That's what you do." He didn't even want to hear it. He said, "Hey, man, that's who you are." So, but it is what it is, man. When you go in those people's houses, you want to get sued. You want to get sued. When you go in there and start dismantling things, man, and pipes and electrical equipment and all that stuff, man, and you tear it up, I wouldn't even let you do that to me. You break it, you gonna fix that. So same thing applies to my clients. I got good people though, man. I got good people. All my people is on point. You know, I'm gonna put her name out here because she really on point. Sharon Jerry. She pay you before you even do the job. I said, "Girl, you better quit that." She said, "No, I know." She pay you before you. Shout out to Sharon, man. I don't like to throw names around, but I gotta throw hers around. I built a deck for her. No, Sharon know I carry that piece on me. She come around inside the house. "Good morning." Cashier check in her hand. And I don't take checks. I don't take checks, but I take it from her because I've known her a very long time. She come on there. I hadn't even dug a hole yet, man. That deck was about 12, 16, about 12. Hadn't even dug a hole yet. Paid me for a time job. But let me tell you about a person paying you like that. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's no reward at the end. No reward, baby. No reward at the end because you'd already been paid. So when you get through, all you just pack up your tools and go. But yeah, I appreciate that love, man. I appreciate that love. But I'm gonna tell you, man. Last night when I got off last night 7:30, no 7:15. Just get to the place where you can't see no more. I wanted that job done, man. I wanted that on done. And if I had thought about it, I'd have brought my floodlights out there. Yes, I would have. Because I wanted it done because uh, I'm on a time frame. If I put in 12 hours yesterday, but I'm on a time frame, man. And I paid my man good. He won't looking for that kind of money, but man, shoot, 12, 4 hours extra. I looked out for him. I looked out for him so much. He had a job today, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And I said, look, man, when you get through with that, how long gonna take you? He said 2 days. And when you get through with that, hit me up. Because I said, I got to go. This guy got a pump out in the front of his yard, and he wants me to build a little house around it, just a little house over the pump. The other one, man, he said, okay. So he hit me up today, man, about 6 o'clock. I was dead tired, though. I hit him back. So evidently he finished that flooring job that he had. You understand what I'm saying? So he's trying to get back over here with me. But this guy, my number two, he don't you can't help him. You can't help him. The most you can do as far as installation with him is hand him the tool. That's the most you can do. And he won't admit it, but I've been around a few people and I can see it. He'd rather work by himself. I said, man, you don't want nobody to help you. He said, well, really, Bert, man, it ain't nothing but a one man's job. He'd rather do it himself. That's the way you don't want nobody to help you. And I don't have no problem not helping you, you know. But I, I can be a gopher. You ain't got to just like a surgeon and the people hand the scaffold and stuff. Oh, I can do that. I look. I say he need the hammer. He need the wonder bar. He need the nail driver. I can look and see what he needs. So he ain't never got to come down on the ladder. But I understand. I understand that behavior. It was said many times, especially when I was working my 9 to 5. They say, hey, boss, you want me to go with Mr. Times? He said, nah, Times work better by itself. And I do. But the other reason he said it, I like to talk. And he know if he sends somebody with me, I'm gonna spend half of the day talking to him. You ain't gonna get nothing done, you know. So they did what I did. I lay down on my 9 to 5. You better know it. You better know it. All them people break me up, man. That's why I'm able to move around the way I am now. You got guys younger than me in their 60s and stuff, and they on canes and limping or be limping the rest of their life because of those people. And I know that. I know it. I know it. Trying to impress those people, trying to have a reputation as a go-getter. Now you broke up. Uh, give you what you want. You pay my give you what you want, but you ain't gonna break me up. But at the same time, man, I'm uh, I'm interested in finding out what's going on the top of that house because what I see on one side of it, it look I can't explain it. It's something like a esophagus, and the other side, I think it might have had the same thing, but they just took and slapped some aluminum on there. So, I'm gonna try to present to her the same thing you got over here. I put over here, and make it uniformity. And then help my pockets out also. You cannot go into those homes tampering with them $300,000-400,000 homes and don't be on point and jury anything. You can't do it, man. You can't do it. You're not working. You're not working at a trap house. It's not a trap house. Them people got you there to do that work because they take pride in that ownership. When you go in there, you better take pride in their ownership, or you gonna find yourself down at the courthouse. I'm gonna tell you what, when you get down to that courthouse, a whole can of worms open up then. Man, and not only what you fabricated or you installed, then people start looking at your money, man. They'll start digging into your finances and prosecutors and stuff. They want to see where you in the error at. Yeah, because once you get down there, it's not one thing with those people. It's never one thing. They open up the whole caboodle. Just like if you get knocked off for speeding, when he come to that car, he looking for everything. Same thing down there. Ask me, I know. Yeah, man, but that's the way it is, man. So I just thought, I'm woke now. Got me about 4 or 5 hours in. I said, shit. Let me get on here and upload some stuff. And see how because all this new to me. All of it's new to me. I just uploaded one thing. I don't know how it's gonna work out. Don't nobody like, share, or subscribe. No way. I don't know why. It don't cost you nothing. Like I hear the guys say, it don't cost you nothing to hit the subscribe button, the like button. But I don't know. I just hit it. As long as it don't cost me nothing, I be hitting. Yeah, I don't mind helping the joke out. But it is what it is, man. I don't work on weekends. I see them guys out there, man. Saturday, have done too much of it myself. Sunday, have done it too much myself, you know. But now I don't have to do it. If I never drove another nail, I'm good. And so but that don't have anything to do with me, man. And I'm not bragging, but that it comes from hard labor and grace and mercy, man. Because I have had some like, or what, you ever been in foreclosure? Foreclosure, man. I've been up against that stuff more times than I can count, man. I was wilding though, you know. I said I take care of that later, which I did, but that ain't no good feeling when jokers getting ready to take a roof over your head. Hey, lady, as I shared before, I don't know not. I don't know. I fix no cars and nothing. All I know is real estate, man. And like I said, that's my passion. That's what I do, and that's what I guess I'll continue to do. Well, I just thought I'd get on here and share some things. Um, you know what, man? The two guys I got working with me, it's very hard. It's far and in between. They're out there though, but I don't know where to find them. But these older guys, one of them is about, when we first started working together, he was about 50, 58. He might be 60. No, he was 57. So he got to be about 62 now. The other guys, my number two, he's 65. But, it's hard to find those type of guys that's going to be there, you know. Um, I haven't never met a man that was in his 20s and 30s that's on point. I noticed this about him. Hey man, give me the hammer. Give me that. Give me the wrong thing. That's why them people in that booyard say stay off your phone. I tell them, man. I tell them straight. Jealous man can't work. Jealous man can't work. Too much worry about that. She gonna leave you. She gonna leave you anyway. If you're not gonna leave me and break my pocket too. I'd be doggone. If you leave, men the same way. I'm not just putting it on women. Men the same way. If you leave, but you're not gonna leave and break my pocket too. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that hustle going. Because with that hustle, I can get another one of you. But you done lost your job, you done lost your woman, you done lost your car, you done lost your house because real estate isn't a thing. Yeah, that's a prime example of what I call hustling backwards. Jealous man can't work. Jealous man can't eat either. I'm magic man. I'm out. That's what I always say. It's real estate game. It's what I do, baby.